Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of Mission 6 of Dishonored 2. I'm going to be showing how to, the various ways of finishing out the mission to get the combination to Stilton's house. I think we can get through all of it in one video. Alright, let's get started. Okay, here's Burns' office, but there were a couple of books I missed, so I'd like to go back and read those first. Every man's face on making the masks. Heat the metal to pouring temperature, then speak the words of John Clavering. Behold the face of Holger, who fell in battle this day. It is the picture of outrage at the conditions of this loathsome world. And so pour into the mold derived from the original drawing in black ink on calfskin parchment, the face which kept its beauty even in death. Pour the metal with care, with full awareness of what you bring into these lands. If the metal splatters, or if it is improperly measured, then be assured the outsider is present, and all must be purified, and the process started anew. Let the masks come to a cool temperature, then remove them from the molds, and speak thusly from the tome of objects. Holger the pure, whose face is preserved herein for us across the ages, strike fear into our enemies, and dread into all sinners, so may it be. Set aside any in which a brother misspeak, or in which, even if seeming an accident, a mask is dropped, or any imperfection is detected. Melt these down and repurify the liquid metal. All such masks must be perfect in form, imbued with the conviction of the Abbey. I would not want that job. I would 200% screw it up every time. And nothing would get done. Book of Sermons. Sermon for Mid-Hearth Eve. Pious Sir Conans and my righteous brethren from the Abbey, welcome all. We are being tested in these times, tested by the outsider. He searches daily for weakness, for fear. And what form this test? Blood flies. Biting vermin that are the very representation of our moral decay, or corrupted spirit. Minions of the outsider, escaped from the void. And all the while he laughs. Each infestation brings him ecstasy. Each death a victory for him, a battle won in his endless war against our steadfastness. But he needs an ally in our world. Where does the outsider find these traitors? In those places most downtrodden, crumbling buildings, stinking whorehouses, and filthy back alleys where fishmongers toss the innards of their catch. In the sewers where mudlarks collect dropped trinkets among putrid human waste, and in alehouses. Trust not these dark places and their denizens. The mark of the outsider is upon them. Let us now contemplate the strictures as we listen to the hymn, Corruption at my heels, I hasten away. Oh, I should have done that in my televangelist voice. Sorry. Okay, and I think one more. Curator Ashworth reported missing. In a statement from the Grand Palace, authorities have announced that an investigation is underway related to the disappearance of Brianna Ashworth, curator of the Royal Conservatory. Insiders say that the conservatory is currently unmanaged and that the building itself is in a worrying state of disarray. One can only speculate about what recently happened there and about the whereabouts of the curator. Ashworth's disappearance is a tremendous loss for our institution. She is said in connoisseur circles to have a keen eye for unusual works of art and rare pieces of historical engineering. She's also well regarded as a taxidermist, enabling the citizens of Karnaca to behold rare wonders of nature from up close. I wonder if Brosenar is one of her former minions. Okay, I think that's all of them. See if I can get up here. Come on, come on. Okay, maybe not. Okay, let me just do a new hard save, just so I don't... Okay, I'm going to try and do this the most efficient way possible. I think I have it worked out, but the first thing I'm going to do is give Burn to Paolo.
Huh? This is that room.
Okay. Okay, this is interesting. So this is Stilton's renovation plan. I'm assuming he drew it up before he went insane. So this is planned for kind of cleaning up the district, and you can see most of the streets have been renamed. I think all of them have been renamed. So this building where we are here will become the United Miners of Karnaca. And so Corvo's home street, here it's called Kavala Passage, but we don't know what it's called currently. So, but yeah, interesting. Already read that, I think. Right. Vice Overseer's report. The Howler detainee downstairs gave us key details pertaining to his criminal associates and their heretical leader, Paolo. Debauchery at all hours and acts of certain witchcraft, the likes of which even our sacred music cannot dispel. Paolo is every bit as vile and corrupt as we suspected. With his dying breath, the detainee revealed that the Duke himself has Paolo sending food into the barred and shuttered home of Aramis Stilton. The place is kept secure by the so-called Jindosh lock. No doubt the Duke obtained the lock combination from Jindosh, and Paolo passed it to the detainee. The weave of corruption is endless. And Durante's key. Let's do that. Okay, I just wanted to read these posters. Brothers and sisters, the Abbey needs your aid as well as your devotion. Donate generously to help us build a new chapel in the Dust District. Contact your local overseer if you wish to join hands in this endeavor. Give us your money. And then there's one over here. To all those faithful to the Abbey of the Everyman, touch not the unclean thing, nor the works that bear the markings of the outsider. The use of whalebone scrimshaw is heresy. Watch for runes and shrines in the abandoned places across our city. Report any who are in violation, lest they destroy the spirits of those in your community. Stay to the strictures. Basically telling them how to find runes and shrines. Okay. Might come up here. Quick save, because sometimes they see me for some reason.
If the Duke wasn't running the mines night and day, our children wouldn't be choking themselves to sleep at night on the dust.
It's easy to blame the Duke, but we both depend on the profits from industry. The mines are the lifeblood of this city.
No, the Duke could have continued operations like his father did, fast enough to sustain the city without burying us all in dust.
How? There are twice as many people living in Karnaca now. If the mine slowed down, half the people in my family would be out of work.
What's the point of being worked into an early grave? Just so you can afford to eat for a while?
Duke hosts inauguration celebration. An extravagant inauguration ceremony for Empress Delilah Caldwin took place in the Grand Palace several nights ago, as a show of support from all Serkonans. Guests at the event say that the festivities were not dampened by the absence of the Empress, who remained in Dunwall, busy with her official duties. In her place, a larger-than-life silver statue made in her image graced the ceremony. Always lavish and full of surprises, it is no wonder Duke Abel wishes to be known as the Joyful Duke. The Grand Palace added to that absurd gossip regarding our ambassadors returning to Karnaca from Dunwall Tower with odd markings on their faces, uttering gibberish as if speaking a dead language, are preposterous rumors with no base in reality. I can't remember if I read that previously or not, so sorry if that was redundant. So annoying you can't choke someone on a chair. Oh, there's nothing in there. Alright, I think that's it. Right, let's visit Mindy's Inc. This is Mindy Blanchard's tattoo parlor. Reminder, check the whale. Heard that one of the whaling ships from Santiago Fisheries brought in a big fat one, bleeding all over the docks for a while because of an argument over port taxes. I need to go take a look one of these nights before it's totally rotten. I can probably snatch a few gallons of blood and grease to refill my ink stocks. Very sanitary. Amadeo Monte, artist, draws advertisements and portraits for the newspapers. Lives near the dockyard. Spotted him when he lost his shirt in a game of dice at the Crone's Hand. Seems to have an interesting ink on his back. Really want to check it out. Met up. Definitely has some very unusual tattoos. I might have to see him again once or twice. Take time to make a good sketch. He's cute, so that part'll be easy. But I need to be careful. I think we were followed. Probably one of those limp dicks from the Abbey. Shit, they got him. I think that's left over from the first game. I'll take those. Oh no. Okay, here we go. I really don't want to read this. Ah, Mindy, I've seen you fight 3 at once with only the haft of a broken shovel, but it's not your mean streak that I'm obsessed with. I want to bury my fingers in your hair. Has it ever met the teeth of a comb? I dream about running my fingernails over your scalp, barely touching you. Oh God. Licking the sweat from the soft down at the back of your neck. If I could, I'd grab your face fast enough to surprise you, then I'd kiss your open mouth, soft as a cat at the milk bowl. There are tattoos across your shoulders and breasts, marks I want to trace and decipher, guessing at the meaning of each. This one is your first heartbreak, I imagine, and that one is for the first time you stab someone, you little savage. I want to know all about you, to read the story on your body, all the chapters, even the secret ones. Do you have tattoos under your knickers? Legend has it that one of the boys who saw that ink and blabbed about it didn't survive to see it again. I want to bite you and kiss your skin just hard enough so you'll keep a mark, a new tattoo made by my lips and teeth. Maybe you'd shiv me in my sleep for doing that, but I won't care as long as you remember me for a few days. I wish I had some whiskey right now. Oh, God. I hope you guys appreciate all this. I don't think there's anything in here. No. Alright, so the actual tattoo parlor is down here in the basement. Some designs. A chair. And there's the actual device. Mindy Blanchard's diary. Notes on magical marks. 4th day, month of clans. It's festering now, and the healer says I need to keep the poultice on for another day at least. He wanted to put a phlegm on me, but I took out my blade and that changed his mind. But it's not all a loss, because now I know it ain't how deep you cut the tattoos. Deeper just makes them ooze pus. Ain't nothing magical in that. 12th day, month of songs. I finally came to realize that ain't enough to just to have a tattoo. A tattoo is nothing but a pretty picture put in your skin, that's all. So I've been studying those marks on Paolo's talisman. I don't know where he got that old dried up corpse hand. We do, though, don't we? He never talks to me about it directly, but something goes down. He takes a bullet in the head, a blade in the gut, whatever, and then he's back in his little secret room right next to his office like nothing ever happened. Maybe someday I'll just drink a little more than usual and ask him straight up. Anyway, it's something out of this world. I can tell just by looking at it. I get a funny feeling close up. Wish I could look close at the marks on it. I bet there's special herbs or something in the ink. Or maybe not herbs. Something more. Mayhap there's whale's brain or crushed bloodfly wings, or something brought up from the mines and crushed into powders. 25th day, month of songs. Whale blood in the ink's not right. I'm feeling terribly off. Head pounding worse than since I was little and that other boy hit me between the brows with a brick, just before I threw him off the water tower. And that tattoo ain't setting proper like. Huh.
There's more to Paolo than meets the eye.
Okay, so I think the right way to do this...
Good work. Byrne was a tough prick. If you're working with us, good. but I still got my eye on you.
Okay. So at this point, the Howlers are now neutral towards me. So I'm going to put him right here.
The winds, Dan. Keep taking out overseers. We'll warm up to you just fine. Not a bad piece of work you did for us. But stay out of my way.
Paolo or Mindy say you're all right, I guess you are. You know, Paolo has plans for us. Big plans.
Oh, something really stings around here. And this ain't me.
Look who's the big hero. You did us a favor, but we'll still spit in your eye if you make a wrong move.
Storm here.
You look nice, but keep your distance, will you? No reason to get all buddy-buddy, right?
I don't like the way you skulk around. So don't press your luck. Last time I checked, we weren't dating, you and I.
Maybe if you wanted a bath, you'd just go for a swim. Now the canal smells.
Yeah, step back now. Get lost.
That counts as non-hostile, huh?
If I can take down Byrne, the Duke is next. Then it's ours.
Disarray spreads after Parliament fire. We've received devastating news out of Dunwall indicating the Parliament building there has been partially destroyed by fire. The swiftly spreading blaze resisted all attempts at extinguishing, and panic ensued as smoke and flames spread to outlying neighborhoods. Many deaths and injuries have been reported, with dozens yet unaccounted for. The authorities have not ruled out arson, but the smoldering ruins are as yet unsafe and are a hindrance to investigations. Meanwhile, all Bristolian parliamentary activities have ceased, and most commercial routes are now closed, making it inadvisable to travel to Dunwall at this time.
Who opened this door?
So in fact it was Delilah's minions and witches that set the fire in order to basically just distract anyone that might oppose her and stop the Parliament from doing anything against her.
This must be Paolo's place.
Paolo and the Inaccessible Cardinal. I think, yeah, definitely read that. Paolo's Concern. Mindy, be on your toes, my twin spirit friend. I got jumped and I'd be bleeding away in the void if I hadn't run off like a rat. They had their face covered. Not an overseer, not Grand Guard. Someone from out of town, I think. Someone good. All our troubles, and now some masked stranger from across the waters. Spread the word. Howlers should be stiff for this one. Alright. This painting we've seen before very much.
Vera More. I remember that name.
Yeah, you should.
In case you're wondering, Paolo's not one of those unhinged cultists who believe I will grant them favors if they leave a big enough offering or play just the right musical notes. He doesn't care a fig for me. But he put up this shrine because he found the hand of an old witch I knew once. And Paolo saw right away that it pays to have an edge. Sometimes pieces of us linger long after we're gone. The Duke of Serkonos inherited a vibrant city and wasted no time stripping it to the bone. What will he leave behind? And what about you? Who will you leave to pick up the pieces here in the Jewel of the South?
Okay, this trick I saw from another playthrough. This is where he respawns after you you kill Paolo the first time. So if you just put a stun mine there, you'll be able to take him without too much trouble. Just want to make sure I got everything. Nothing up here, I think.
Oh, clouds. Like an iron lid of the city.
Okay, now if you're once again, if you're going for the Songs of Serkonos achievement, if you set the Howlers to neutral by showing them Burns' body. They will not be here. So if you're going for that, make sure you come here and look at them before you
Be good to you if it's true about Burn.
before you do that. Alright, Death in a Month of Songs. So this was in the first game, but I guess I'll read it again here. Excerpt from a longer work translated from Old Serkonan by Anissa Mateo of Serkonos. She was shy in the month of hearths, hiding from my scented letters, a sun-dappled cure for my loneliness. She was smiling in the month of rain, eating figs straight from the tree, a dream of sailing around the isles. She was wed in the month of clans to her sailor cousin from Calero, a shrill bird drilling at my chest. She was dying in the month of songs, struck by a disease from the east, a terrible kiss on her distant lips. If I take that, is he gonna go aggro, I wonder? Wow. Durante's room. Bernard. Durante got himself nicked by the Abbey boys, which means that they've got his office key, and it means he might have told him how to open the Jindosh lock. I need you to find a way to open Durante's door, and no, burning the building to the ground is not an option. I also want you to start dropping off food for old Stilton until we find someone to replace Durante. Once you've managed to get his office open, you'll find all the details inside. Be very careful when you go into Stilton's manor. If the overseers do have the code for the Jindosh lock, they might want to have a peek inside too. Paolo. Code to Stilton's house. This is from our friend the Duke. You'll need it when you take food into Stilton's house. Leave the supplies and make sure the old man has water. And remember, no one else sees this combination. No one. Alright, so in this particular one, Conti bird pendant, Marcola diamond, Finch snuff tin, Winslow ring, Natsu war medal. Our two cuckoos. Durante, it's underway. Your men will be released by the Shindari Mining Company as soon as we bring them a couple of replacements. You just need to drop 2 of the usual drunks into the crates I prepared. Anyone reasonably healthy will do, but go easy on the drugging. The deal is off if they arrive dead. Take this key. It opens the back room in my silvergraph studio. Whoever you nab, drop them into the crates and nail them shut. When you've done your part, leave the shop door unlocked on your way out. Needless to say, I won't be there. Modati. Alright. So that is the sort of way of disposing of both of these guys.
What's going on?
I knew I was right about you. Mindy ain't no fool. I can smell a winner.
They say hard days make strange friends.
If we had more time, I'd put my tattoo and needles on your ass. Leave you with some wicked ink.
I've been marked once, and that was enough.
Next time, maybe. You helped me with the overseers. We could use somebody like you.
Are you the one who's supposed to have offed Burn?
Yes, but I'm not giving them to you yet. Okay.
Yo, I see anything suspicious. Great. Everything around here looks suspicious.
Is this the void? Are you the cursed outsider?
Okay, so there's some dialogue down here with Paolo, but it doesn't trigger if you're in neutral state with the howlers, so that's why I'm grabbing all this stuff now. Old Widow's recipes, Marnie's secret powders for bringing on frightful illusions, blurred vision, and the like. Dry 20 purple sea slugs in the sun until they be crisped and light as feathers. Put them in water with these: 1 dried burdock root, 4 dried neem leaves, half measure whalebone, finely shaved. Grind until powdery. Keep very dry until ready to use. Careful not to get any in your eyes. Adeline's night drops for inducing night terrors and starving your enemies of sleep. Soak a ripe lemon in a mug of goat's milk for 5 days until the milk turns to green foam. Should be thick and pungent. Discard the lemon. Mix the foam with a bit of honey for taste, and bottle it up tight with a stopper. 5 drops in the fellow's drink should do the trick. So I'm guessing this is kind of the basis for the Howler's Howler dust. Okay, so here I am going to do another hard save. I am doing that right now. Any more dialogue? No? Okay. Before I forget,
ambition. That's what I sense in him. The youngest man to reach vice overseer in decades. Lee Byrne. He has moved up quickly in the Abbey's hierarchy. He might be high overseer someday. He barely tolerates this new duke. They must interact on occasion, but he does not like it. He grew up in the cold mists of Freeport, on the northernmost tip of Morley. He was nothing then. Now, the overseers look to him for answers and leadership. He needs a boy. An overseer stepped out of the mist, wolfhound by his side. Voice was deep and strong as he recited the invocations. Young Liam Byrne was transfixed. His faith is strong, perhaps overly so. He sees the influence of the outsider everywhere. In the Duke, the street gangs, and even the miners. Something nags at him, beyond the usual worries. He will consult the sisters of the oracular order, and they will set his feet on the right path. His father taught him to read, using letters carved into handcrafted wooden blocks. He seeks to weed out the witches and heretics, those who have succumbed to the lure of the void, and who bring chaos where they tread. There was a boy, turned in by his mother for his restless hands. He extracted a confession as he would from anyone else. It would have jeopardized his ascent to vice overseer to do otherwise. His mother encouraged his musical talent, but his interests lay in the comfort of the strictures and the rigors of the Abbey. He has seen a troubling increase in superstitious beliefs and the use of charms and spells. He waits for guidance from the oracular order. Once a week, he meets an old friend of his mother's for dinner at a cafe at the edge of town. He listens to her stories again and again with great patience. When his years in Karnaka come to an end, he hopes to move to the capital. In Dunbar, he will have the ear of the High Overseer himself. Before they took him away for the trials of aptitude, the overseers in Freyport watched him for months, debating his promise. I revealed his secrets. Ask me no more.
Walking around with Burns' body? Oh.
I'll be down. By the void, that's the vice.
Outsiders, balls! It's
Whoa! That'll send the Abbey running.
I've been trying to bring Burn down for months. You did what others couldn't. We've been at war with the Abbey, not just over territory, but over the people of Karnaka as well. This is my home. And I'm gonna send Burn to Dunwall without his hands, to explain things to the High Overseer and the Empress herself. Bet you didn't see this coming, Vice Overseer. Now, what is it you want?
I need to get inside Aramis Stilton's house.
You're intriguing, and maybe more dangerous than most who darken my doorway.
I advise you to remember it.
Here's what you'll need to enter the house.
If you do have a hand in what comes next in Karnaka, I really hope you acquit yourself better than the Duke has.
You can count on that, friend. The Duke's a worthless buffoon. Get this guy out of here. The Duke, the Abbey, the Empress in Dunwall. None of them know what's best for Karnaka.
But you do.
Maybe you don't understand how things work down here. Things are changing. And if I have my way, I'll be guiding the course of the city for a long time to come.
That might be less fun than you imagined.
What do you know about Aramis Stilton's house?
That's a bad place. You walk by some nights, you feel the hairs on your neck standing up. But they say Stilton was solid before whatever happened there. Good to the people working down in his mines.
What happened inside the house?
I just know the rumors. Batshit rich choffers had a party. Maybe something weirder. Before then, the Duke was just another aristocratic snot. After that night, he had a fire in him. A plan.
See if he'll let me open the cash register. Okay. Okay, so that is giving burn to Paolo. Now, let's see. So I will reload and give Paolo to burn. But first, let's pause for a word from the sponsor of today's video. Does your breath smell like whiskey and cigars? Are you having to clean your teeth 2, 3, even 4 times a month? Stop the insanity! Carcofini is the only genuine toothpaste made right here in Karnaca for over 20 years. Its patented double-action formula unlocks the power of fermented clove leaf and seaweed alcohol to repel dirt and rejuvenate teeth, giving you that grand guard smile. No wonder all chemists agree, it's the best. And right now, my subscribers can get an exclusive discount. Just send an audiograph to carcofini.ser/EricLewis for 20% off your first order. That's 20% off for teeth so bright the Duke himself will notice. Now back to the video.
Keeps them alive. Steps out of line. I'm gonna be the first to show him what's what.
Out of our homes. But I don't see how you can help the miners.
It's all connected, Tilly. Once the Abbey's off our backs, I'll make it too expensive for the Duke to run the mines. The workers stop digging, the Duke will see that mines producing at half speed are more profitable than mines producing nothing.
For better working conditions and less dust in the streets, we'd be happy to up our payments.
There's a way to satisfy everybody. First, in this district, then across the city. The people who work the mines have more power than they know.
Thank you, Paolo.
Maybe I'll take a day, just walk along the water. Rest up a bit.
For a moment. Drink. Overseer Byrne Let's see what our friend looks like.
What's going on? Are we on a boat?
Look at this guy, out of his mind.
Blood flies in the soup. You guys see that, right?
Someone's going to be in a lot of pain tomorrow.
Blood flies crawling all over the soup, just lapping it up.
You're almost there. Maybe you need just a little bit more.
Great. Everything around here looks suspicious. The rats look suspicious. Should I yell about them?
Hey! What happened here? All right, Howlers. What a burn skeleton hours.
What? Didn't work. Well, you already saw the dialogue. I don't see the need to.
Away for a moment. Don't jerk.
Oh, I didn't place the stun mine.
Paolo had a mummified hand.
Why is it always so dang hot?
And of course, that is Granny Rags' hand. And that's where the Crone's Hand saloon gets its name. Alright, let's see if I can get through here without being seen. Can I get up there? Yes. Aw. Can't get in that way.
Is that Paolo? This is
Do you have any idea the good you've done? With Paolo out of the way, I've got big plans for Karnaca.
Does the Abbey remember its friends?
Yes, we do. And our enemies. What is it you want?
I need to get into Aramis Stilton's home.
Now that's a curious thing to want. There's something very wrong with Stilton's house. It's actually a great concern to me.
I need to know what happened there. Help me, and you'll benefit again.
Thanks to the Duke, we've lost our proper place here in Karnaca. And we've been fighting just to hold the streets against the heretic Paolo. But you shut him down for me. And for that, I'll give you what you want.
I'm listening.
Interrogating one of the Howlers, we learned that some of them knew how to open up the Jindosh lock and to enter Aramis Stilton's home. Probably just Paolo and a trusted few. What you're looking for is probably connected to why the Duke had Karen Jindosh seal up Stilton's home.
All right, then. This might be the most worthwhile visit I've ever paid to the Abbey. I'll remember your help,
Vice Overseer Byrne.
As will I, my masked friend. Take our friend here away. I am so close to something grand here in Karnaca. Call it an experiment. With only a few moves, I could be inside the Duke's palace, running all of Serkonos. Imagine that. One of the Isles, in full alignment with the 7 strictures.
It's not something you could know, but in my time I've been in the company of many members of your order, including 2 High Overseers. Some were good men, some were not. So forgive me if I hesitate to fully embrace that thought.
Careful what you say. The Abbey has a long memory. I assure you, if I get influence over this country, I will find a way to serve the Empire and the Abbey. Which is much more than you can say for Duke Luca Abel. But go in peace. For now.
The Abbey does good work here. Only those allies outside refuse.
I'm wondering if there's something to trigger an extra dialogue about Stilton's house like at Paolo's, but I don't see it, so... Okay, so there's that one. Okay, and then finally... Let's see, it should be this one. So this is... where we can put them both in those boxes in the Silvergraph studio. So right here... Okay, and there he is.
What?
Paolo had a mummified hand?
I'm curious to see what happens if I...
What's going on here?
Think you look tough? Get away!
Okay. Silvergraph Studio. Key.
Time to pay off your debt to society, Paolo. Theocracy is not what Karnaca needs, Byrne. I hope 5 years away gives you time to think, while the city rebuilds itself without your little war.
Okay. Yeah, so I reloaded because you get a little different dialogue based on who you put in first. Here's the payment. Madati, here's what I've been allowed to take from the saloon emergency stash. Hold on to it till I bring you the 2 guys. It makes me sick to pay those bastards from the mining company, but we can't afford to let Paco and Bill die up there. Durante. Well, there you go. Okay, I don't think there's anything in here. Okay. Skiff approaching dockyard. So here's the other souvenir for the mission. The first souvenir is the trophy, the Blade Verbena trophy. And here is the second one. And of course you see this is Megan and Emily approaching. So I said earlier that this was taken by the photographer on the dock. Apparently that's not true because they're at the wrong angle, I guess. So it can't be that one, but so it's somebody. And apparently, I'll have to check this later, but if you, in the next mission, you have a chance to change history, but if you do, and you look at this again, this will not be changed. So, a little bit of an error there, but we'll see if that actually happens. Although it's kind of hard to tell anyway. Note to staff, do not take any more silvergraphs for Ms. Mindy Blanchard until she pays what she owes. Do not let her pick up any of her existing portraits either. We do not offer credit, even to the Howlers, and promises don't pay your wages. If she threatens one of you again, let me know. I'll bring the matter to Paolo, Madati. Silvergraph Studio Notebook. Look, all that matters is that every wedding silvergraph delivery come with a nice little message. I know they're tacky, but it's what our customers want. We're not here to be poets, thinking of wine and piss, starving in the gutter outside of Crone's hand. Here are some examples. Do your best. We met in the month of high cold. Now we'll hold hands until we're old. Wed the month of rain, a love without refrain. Wed the month of timber, every day to remember. Married in the month of seeds, a sweet huckleberry for all your needs. Wed together in the month of cold, you can dump him when he gets old. Well, that's probably more appropriate for this world, I think, but alright. Yep, I think that's it in here. So I'm guessing the Howlers are no longer neutral toward me. Oh, they are. Okay, good deal. All right, the last thing is the Bloodfly apartment. Actually, there's two of them.
Eyes are burning.
Doctor's accounting book. Mr. Acosta. Symptoms: acute shortness of breath, persistent rattle in the left lung, headache. Remedy: recommended inhalation of vaporated sorrel fluids to clear lung obstruction, followed by a mixture of ice and salt applied to both temples to relieve headache. Payment: coupons from Santiago Fisheries, probably 2 weeks' worth of fish. Mrs. Gaspar. Symptoms: insomnia, dry hands, cramping of the stomach. Remedy: recommended eating 4 small onions before retiring to bed to fight insomnia. Daily calf packings soaked in vinegar and distilled leech serum. Payment: she'll mend my shirts and pants. I can pick them up end of week. Mr. Viteri. Symptoms: nosebleed, toothache, weak nerves. Remedy: symptoms possibly related to bloodfly stings. For bleeding at the nose, tilt back head and engage in vigorous motion of the jaws as if in the act of mastication. Daily injections of purified river crust ichor will strengthen the weak nerves. Payment, half mutton. Doesn't look fresh. I'll boil it when I can get to it to eliminate infestation of parasites. Very lucrative profession. Okay, I think that's everything.
Oh. What a shame!
So, why are they hostile now?
Cut you in the face!
Can't see shit.
I don't know.
Keep trying.
Where are you hiding?
Okay, so I keep forgetting about this little apartment in the corner. There's no,
Where is she? Can't go far.
there's no lore here, I'm pretty sure. Just a little loot.
Come on, I don't have time for games.
Yep, I think that's it. Okay. Oh, good. It'll tell us right away. All right. Finch. Snuff tin. That's you. Metal. Slow. Ring. G.
It worked. The information was correct.
Okay, that is it for mission 6. Let's see. Who did I kill? Oh well. Okay, all the runes, most of the bone. I think the only bone charm left was in the black market shop. But all the other important stuff. Found the home, eliminated both. Black market heist, but didn't necessarily rob it. Okay, that is it for mission 6, and obviously next will be mission 7. Thanks for watching.